we've had our first contestant in the my police department generates income or turns a profit. People are now trying to say, "Oh, it's not about turning a profit. It's just generating revenue." It's a negative net income. The police are producing a negative net income. I just want to reiterate that it costs money to run police departments. It costs money to write tickets. It costs more money than the police department generates. But we've had our first contestant. Thank you, Teresa Richard. We've had Washington, Louisiana. They wrote $1 million in tickets, and it's a very small town. And that's proof, right? Well, unfortunately, very, very easy to Google, what was it, Daily Mail or Daily World News or something like that. There was the state did an audit in 2018 on Washington, Louisiana, and Washington, Louisiana was running a budget deficit. And in order to resolve that budget deficit, Washington, Louisiana decided to cut the police. Cut the police. Why cut the police? Police are generating, they wrote $1 million in tickets last year, right? Well, the problem is that even in that very small town, just the employment, just the cost of hourly salary, things like that, $400,000 a year in a very small town. Bigger police departments will have massive, like $80,000 a year, roughly, for a cop in California. And, that's not counting the employment tax and things like that. So if it's $100,000, you'd actually be spending $113,000 a year, roughly. That's not accounting for overtime, things like that. So Washington and Louisiana spending $400,000 a year just on salaries and hourly wages and things like that. That's not counting the cost of the building maintenance, insurance, repairing, maintaining, buying new vehicles, et cetera, et cetera. It's not counting the cost of the court systems, things like that, the administrative cost of running and inputting and doing all the other fun things on those tickets. So that's my point. Thank you for proving my point, Teresa, is that it's a net negative. They are losing money by doing it. And saying that, but they're getting some money back. They're generating revenue. It's not their profit, but it's revenue. There's no good thing about generating revenue if it's a net loss. There's no good point to that. Businesses go out of business doing that. And towns, when they're doing that, they end up having to do things like cut the police department like they did in Washington, Louisiana. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.